Okay, with the order of operations, the first thing that you look for is the grouping symbols. And here we're starting to have some expressions with grouping symbols. In example 3a here, you notice you have a 10 minus 6 inside of parentheses. That is the first part I'm going to do. So 10 minus 6 is 4. And since that 5 is on the outside of the parentheses there, if we remember from the last section, that means multiply. But I can write that just the same. And then everything else is just going to stay how it is. And next, and I'll put a little arrow here since I don't have enough space to go down, I'm going to check for exponents. I don't have any. So now I'm on to multiplication and division. And if you notice here, I have division first. So I'm going to do the division first. 16 divided by 2 is 8, plus 5 times 4. Now I check for, again, multiplication and division. Ah, yes, I have 5 times 4, so now I take care of that. 5 times 4 is 20. Ooh, almost had my first mistake there. And I have taken care of all the multiplication. The only thing left I've got to do is add. So I just add 8 and 20, and I get 28. And there is my final answer. Now, if you're feeling confident, you can do the division and the multiplication at the same time. But if you want to take it slow, take it slow. Just write them out as separate bits. Notice here how I'm doing arrows instead of equal signs. That's just so I don't have some big long expression with a bunch of equal signs in it. Each one of these parts is its own little expression along the way, right? It's just a way to keep myself organized. Where's my thinking process going? That way, when I'm looking at a problem and I can't find my mistake, that's where a teacher like me can go, oh, look at your third step right there. You messed up on your multiplication, or something like that, like I almost did with the 4 times 5. So, onwards to the next one. Now here, for part B, you notice there are a lot of parentheses. We've got square brackets, which is a kind of parentheses, and I have got round brackets for parentheses. So what I'm going to do is, basically, when you do the parentheses part, okay, I find some parentheses. I need to take care of everything inside of here according to the order of operations. Well, shoot, I just found inside of there that I have another set of parentheses. So now I'm going to take care of the 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, perfect. 6 times 32 minus 2 plus 3 is 5 squared, and square brackets. Now I'm back to the square brackets, right? And I know this 2 plus 3 here is actually a 5. So I'm going to think, what's 5 squared? I'm going to do that part first, because I have to take care of the exponents first. 5 squared is 25. So this goes to 6 times 32 minus 25. I still have parentheses. I'm going to take care of them first. 6 times whatever 32 minus 25 is, and that should be 7. And now I'm down to 6 times 7, or 42. So taking one single step at a time. C. Now, if you have a hard time seeing this one, sometimes they come out a little bit small. What this expression is 2 to the third power minus 5 over 15 plus 9. Now, earlier in the videos, I suggested that fraction bars are a grouping symbol in themselves. You think of it as the numerator is in a set of parentheses, and the denominator is in a set of parentheses. You're going to take care of both of those things individually before you do that division. So let's move it on up here. I got 2 cubed minus 5. I have an exponent, so I'm going to take care of that. And I get 8 minus 5 over 15 plus 9. Notice I'm still just working one step at a time. You can, of course, combine if you feel confident. 8 minus 5 is 3. 15 plus 9. Now I've combined everything together and simplified out that, evaluated that whole parentheses in the numerator. I'm just down to one number. So now I need to take care of the denominator. 15 plus 9 is 24. And here we have 3 divided by 24. If you don't know, whenever you see a fraction like this, 3 divided by 24, this is what's really happening here. The numerator is being divided by the denominator. And the way you can kind of remember that is the division symbol is supposed to represent a fraction. The first number goes to the numerator, the second number goes to the denominator, just like those red arrows show you there. And the problem with this is 3 is not divisible by 24. So that's where we have to come to reducing fractions, which hopefully you remember. Is 3 a divisor of 24? Yeah, or the other way you can ask that is 24 a multiple of 3 and go, yes, I know that 24 is really 8 times 3. This is where I'm using the factors there. Now that I have the numerator and denominator sharing a factor, I can cancel them out, and I'm left with 1/8. Okay, so there's some more examples of how to do order of operations. Not every problem is going to be exactly the same, but if you take them one at a time, each step one at a time, you will get yourself to the right answer every single time.